Now we are going to discuss on the new forest laws which were made and what was their impact on the tribal groups. As far as the new forest laws were made, they were very different from what earlier existed in India. Earlier, the forest was considered to be the property of everybody, but now it was considered as a state property. Some of the forests were made as reserved forests where nobody could enter, which means that the jhum cultivators who were dependent on forests for everything, whether it was their cultivation or it was picking the berries or it was hunting animals, everything, the gathering, hunting and the cultivation, everything was done in the forest. So these people became helpless and also jobless. Now, the government was not bothered about them, but the forest department started having a problem. And the problem was that if the tribals were not allowed access into the forest, who would cut the trees? And thus, this problem solution was given by allowing some of the tribal members into the forest, that they could collect the berries and the firewood and live in the forest, but in the condition that they had to follow was that they had to provide free labor to the forest department. So that was the diplomatic stance taken by the British government. And thus, it was ensured that the forest department now had a regular supply of cheap labor, and also the tribal groups got a sigh of relief because now they could settle in the forest. But all these new laws created a havoc in the life of the tribal people, and not everyone was lucky to go into the forest. Thus, there arose many rebellions and people revolted against the new forest laws. Such big rebellions are, for example, the Songram Sangama rebellion in 1906 in Assam and of the forest satyagraha in 1930 in the central province, wherein the people had heated arguments and they also revolted against the British government to see that the new forest laws are taken back.